sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Jacksonville Jaguars. And it's coming up next on Madden Football.
We're about 15 miles from the Atlantic coast in the northeast corner of Florida. Welcome to Everbank Stadium here in Jacksonville. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Or should I say Dean Olson, because tight end you doesn't happen without you. And we've got a great matchup here. We've got two of the best at your position in the current game right now.
And Mike, when I came into the league, almost 20 years ago, there was a handful of really elite tight ends. But doesn't it just seem, especially over these last couple years, every single team, at least the ones that make their mark and find themselves in the playoffs competing for Super Bowls, have a legitimate number one threat at the tight end position. It almost feels like if you don't have a tight end, your offense is missing a key piece. I know I'm biased, but at tight end man, we make no mistake about it. We think we are the most important position in football, and you're not going to convince me otherwise.
On the return, here comes Cordero Patterson. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Steeler offense ready to take the field for the first time. They're led out by their veteran quarterback, Super Bowl winner, Russell Wilson.
Let's not forget, Mike, not too long ago, Russell Wilson was not only the face and one of the top superstars of the NFL, he was a bona fide Hall of Fame quarterback. So the talent and the resume, it's still there. He puts together one of those vintage performances we've seen throughout the years. This team's going to be hard to beat.
1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jaylen Warren. And he's going to be stopped at the line. No gain. Great way for the defense to open up here at home.
This defense wanted to come out early in this game and take the fight to the offense, and boy, did they ever set the tone on the very first play, keeping that carry to no gain.
Now a first carry for the Alabama product, Najee Harris. And he finds some daylight. Up past the 35-yard line, a pickup of 7.
It's tough to completely celebrate, Mike, when you don't pick up the first down. But that's a run you will take every single time. Good yardage, and in a lot of situations, it'll get you the first down, just not here.
They'll try to run for it with Harris. On 4th down, here's Cameron Johnston to punt for Pittsburgh. Back deep for Jacksonville, that's Devin Duvernay. Now fair catch is made, and it's just inside the 15-yard line. Here's carry number 1 for Travis Etienne. And nothing on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll run it once more with Etienne. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he's out of bounds, up beyond the 40-yard line. A big play for Jacksonville. 31 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Lawrence gives this one to Etienne. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Etienne now on 1st and 10. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Once again, it's Etienne. And he will take this down close to a first down. Pickup of 9. They've got him a yard short of the sticks. Can they keep this drive rolling? Here is 3rd and inches. They'll try and run for the first with Etienne.
I think everybody in the stadium saw that run coming, Mike, but good luck stopping it. I mean, all he really had to do was just fall forward, and it would be enough to pick up the first down.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll run the toss here to Etienne. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
The offense is trying to test the edges of the perimeter of this defense, Mike, but the defense is just too quick to the ball. Total team defense, pursuit, 11 hats to the ball carrier. It's exactly what we saw here. Keep that gain to nothing.
2nd down, Lawrence. That's caught left side by Ingram. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7. So that'll do it for a fast-moving first quarter of play. 0-0 is the score. And we'll have more from Jacksonville after this. They've converted twice on 3rd down on this drive. Now facing 3rd and 3. Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. That is caught, and they'll stop him just short of the goal line, but they are going to have enough to convert. It's going to be 1st and goal.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He puts it up, and it's caught. Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Extra point by Little is good. And the Jaguars will take a 7-0 lead. Little now following the touchdown, out to kick this one away. Patterson now to return it. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Steelers offense ready to get going with their second possession. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. This drive begins with a run by Harris. Just pushing guys away as he takes this forward for a gain of 7.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Out of the gun, here's Russ. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
This play is actually really well defended here. But I'll tell you, Mike, as you know, my philosophy is the tight end is always open, and this just supports my case.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Now Russ. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. From the shotgun, Wilson. This one is complete. It's Pickens. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. He's got his tight end. That's Freiermuth. That's a pair of hookups on this drive. This one goes for 14 yards and a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
That's complete. Calvin Austin. And he's in. Calvin Austin. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Well, you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Chris Boswell on for the point after. It's up and good. And the Steelers will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece, and the kick's away. On the return, it's Parker Washington. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. There's Trevor Lawrence as he and the Jaguars get set for their next drive. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. They put Strange in motion. The drive begins with a carry from ETN. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. Now 2nd down throw for Lawrence. This one complete to Washington. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down. Lawrence. That is caught by Washington. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a 1st down.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points, but either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points.
And after the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. To throw is Lawrence. He locates the open man. That's Christian Kirk. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
He was trying to get it to Christian Kirk, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the 1st down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. Now Lawrence. He's got his tight end. It's Ingram. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. from the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. First down and goal. Now here's Lawrence. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Line of scrimmage remains the 4-yard line. It's second and goal. Lawrence now. This one caught just past the pylon. Christian Kirk, touchdown Jaguars. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases.
And I believe the referee was buzzed by the replay officials, indicating let's get a closer look at this. They trigger this automatically in the last 2 minutes of the half. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Here's Cam Little for the PAT. The kick is good, and the Jaguars will move out to a 14-7 lead. Halftime, coming close, and not much time left as this one is kicked away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. So we've reached halftime here in Jacksonville with the Jaguars out front as we head downstate to Orlando. And we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman, who's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much, and welcome in everyone to our halftime report. In the first half, we saw a strong outing from Trevor Lawrence. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half coming up. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Jags offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. They'll give it to ETN to start this drive. He'll work his way forward for about 3 yards. Cole Holcomb in on the tackle. Second and 7. Up the middle, here's Etienne. And the D closes quickly. He's stopped after a gain of a yard. There to make the stop, the All-Pro T.J. Watt. Third and 6. Here's Lawrence. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force fourth down.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
On fourth down, the Jaguars send out the veteran Logan Cook to punt. Back deep to receive is Calvin Austin. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The Steelers offense ready for their first possession of this second half. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Mike Williams, the one he was looking for, and it'll be second down.
In what's clearly become a passing league, Mike, if you're not actively rushing the passer, you have to be able to hold up in coverage, and that's especially true at the linebacker position. Great job here getting in those passing lanes and being able to break up that ball.
And their woes in the running game continue. He's going to be taken down behind the line.
This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
On third down, here's Wilson. Get this into the hands of Austin. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big gain.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On the handoff, it's Harris. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They'll give it to Harris again. And he'll get this down inside the 40-yard line. A gain of 7 yards. They go 5 receivers for third down and 4. From the gun, it's Wilson. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Foye Oluokun.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the second half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
The Jaguars offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with first and 10. To throw is Lawrence. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
Lawrence now on second down. In trouble, and down he goes.
So after picking up some positive yardage on first down, they end up going backwards on second. That sack now brings up third and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
Work to do following the sack. It is third and long. From the shotgun, it's Lawrence. And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now, their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Jaguars ready to punt this one away, as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. The Steelers offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start this on the ground, and it's Harris. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He runs with it. 20-yard pickup there. That's a Steeler first down. So, 3 quarters now in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They go play action with Wilson. And this time the rush gets home. And down he goes.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker. But you also can bring him on pressure, Mike. And that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. On the give, it's Harris. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's just so hard to be a good offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on third down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on fourth down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
Got his man at the 6, and he will get into the end zone. Mike Williams. Touchdown, Steelers. A huge touchdown there in the fourth quarter, and now just a point away from tying the game.
And that's one of those drives, Mike, where you know your best is needed. Can you come through here late and give your team a chance? They're an extra point away from tying this thing up, and we got ourselves a ball game.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The kick is good, and that will tie this game here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Jaguars offense starting to trot out for this next possession. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. Out of the gun, they'll give it to Etienne. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, fourth quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to take this lead.
Off the play fake. Here's Lawrence. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
From the gun, a give to Etienne. That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They drop him in the backfield.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Throwing now on third and long. Now a screen set up for Etienne.
Anytime you call a running back screen, the key is the relationship between the offensive line and the running back. They have to be in sync perfectly to set up the big play. That wasn't the case here on third down. He gets tackled short of the sticks.
Punting unit comes on. Jaguars will kick it away. Important punt here in this tie game late. Here's Austin to return. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Steelers offense back onto the field for their next possession. We're all even. Fourth quarter, so every drive so important at this stage. And they'll start with first and 10. Out of the gun, here's Russ. He finds Austin with the ground. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
These are some of the most difficult situations for a coach to handle because it's a combination of you have to be aggressive to go score. You're trying to win the game, of course, but there's also an element of time and clock management. So it's going to be very interesting to see the play selection over these next couple downs.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. Here comes Harris on the toss to the right. He's going nowhere. Going to lose yardage on that play.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
So, 2 minutes to play here in the 2nd half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll drop to throw. Now he'll run it. And he's going to slide to a stop and avoid the contact. But since he started there, he's still shy of the 1st down.
Take a look at his eyes. You can see the quarterback clearly going through all of his progressions, and he's quick to realize there's nowhere to go with this ball. He makes the right decision and gets out of there, picks up some good yardage, and gets down on the ground.
That ball intercepted. Picked off by Foye Oluokun.
And just what a turn of events, Mike. You have the ball. You're thinking all we need to do is milk the clock, get into field goal range, and win this thing in regulation. But now after that turnover, you find yourself now back trailing, and I'm not sure there's enough time for them to come back.
Little on now for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Jaguars have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. So the lead is 7 now. Here in this 4th quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here comes the Pittsburgh offense now, heading back onto the field. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Now Russ. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
On 2nd down, here's Wilson. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Big play coming up, 3rd and 7, and the crowd on their feet. And this drive is over before it can start. He's swallowed up to force 4th down.
If you can rush the passer, you can close out games, and that 3rd down sack is going to go a long way to closing this one out. Forces 4th and long, a desperate offensive possession. It's going to all come down to this 4th down try.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. He's going to take a shot. sends it down the middle. And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within one, and a two-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute. They get the job done in the air. Greg, that is a play we see often. It's also a play we see work very often.
Mike, that 4 vertical route, it puts a ton of pressure on the secondary. But in order to do that, you have to give your quarterback time for those receivers to get downfield. Give credit to the offensive line. That's exactly what they did. They're able to take advantage for the strike.
So now the extra point to, in all likelihood, send us to overtime. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. So, not much time remaining to get something started. All tied here, late fourth as the kickoff comes. On the return, it's Devin Duvernay. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Here comes the Jacksonville offense now, heading back onto the field. This one tight throughout, all level at 21, as they'll search for a go-ahead score. This is 1st and 10. Now Etienne. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Here comes 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Lawrence. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. A lot riding on this play. Tie game, final minute, 3rd down. In motion comes Thomas. Lawrence from the gun here on 3rd down. Open man, left side, he's got it. Now a timeout for Jacksonville. Their 2nd. Here's 1st and 10. Lawrence. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. They took one last chance here in regulation. It does not pan out, and we are headed to overtime. 4 quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Washington now to return it. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Jaguars offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Now, this looks like a design run. And this will be a Jaguars first down. The tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
There's just so many ways this offense can beat you, Mike. He adds such a layer to this offense with their ability to use him as a designed runner, and we can see there as he picks up the first down.
An unbalanced look to the left here on first down. Now a first throw here in overtime. He finds his tight end. That's Brenton Strange.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
This run straight ahead for ETN. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10. To throw is Lawrence. Catch made right side by Thomas. Second down and 8. Lawrence gives this one to ETN. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike, I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
They need to get to the 29 here, facing third down. Throwing is Lawrence. He's got the first down and more than that. A gain of 16, good enough for a first down.
That's just such a tough throw. I mean, that's all arm. Being able to get your body turned and throw back across your body. I mean, it's one thing if you're just throwing it a couple yards to a check down. But in this case, he's still willing and able to push the ball downfield. And there does come some danger when you throw back across. But in this case, it's a big completion.
On first down, Lawrence. That's complete to ETN. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Second down. He pulls it in around the 5. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes.
And he will fight his way to the end zone. Travis Etienne. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
So, thanks to that recent rule change, still the chance to extend this game and match that opening overtime score as they receive the kickoff here. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The visitors' offense and Russell Wilson set to take over once more. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Wilson. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. From the gun, it's Wilson. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
When you can win so fast as an edge rusher, you put so much pressure on the quarterback to speed everything up. He can sense that pressure coming either from his front or back side. It either speeds up and leads to an errant throw, or in this case, it leads to a sack.
From the shotgun, Wilson. That's over the middle and taken in by Freiermuth. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their second. Third and long. Wilson. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Going to leave the offense out there for 4th and long. This one down the field for Freiermuth. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs.
So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
So shout to Duval here in Duval County, Florida. It is a win for the Jaguars. They had to work for this one. All even through 4 quarters, able to get the breakthrough in overtime to come away with a victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Jaguars are the winners here at home as we say, so long from Jacksonville.